Hi, I'm Lori Johb, President of the Saskatchewan Federation of Labor. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words today as we come together to recognize the National Day of Mourning. A somber occasion and a chance for us all to come together in solidarity, to mourn the dead and to fight for the living. Sadly, last year in Saskatchewan, 34 workers died as a result of workplace injury or as a result of a disease they contracted while at work. To the family, friends, and coworkers of those workers, we send our deepest condolences. We must honor those workers and commit to our continued fight to make sure that all workers come home safe and healthy at the end of the day. This year, the Day of Mourning is especially meaningful as we recognize the sacrifices made by the many workers who contracted COVID-19 at work and who either became sick or died as a result. Every single one of these illnesses and deaths were preventable. And I join everyone in mourning those workers who died after contracting COVID-19 while on the job. The pandemic has exposed the lack of protections for workers. Evidence shows that the virus is spreading at work, and here in Saskatchewan, there have been many workplace outbreaks, all of which were entirely preventable. Despite having the right to be safe at work, workers have had to fight for the most basic protections, including access to proper protective equipment, COVID-safe practices, and paid sick leave. The failure from all levels of government to protect workers during this pandemic is unacceptable. Failure to take action has cost lives, and there have been zero consequences for corporations who let the virus run rampant in their workplaces because they chose profit over human life. We must demand justice for those workers and all workers who have been working on the front lines since the start of this pandemic. We need to call on our government to do better. We need to ensure all workers have access to paid sick time now and after the pandemic. Nobody should have to choose between going to work sick or collecting a paycheck. We need to ensure all workers have access to proper personal protective equipment they need. And we need to demand that workplace health and safety provisions are properly enforced. We need to send a message to all corporations that failing to protect their workers is unacceptable and that there will be consequences for not doing so. Canadian workers have faced impossible choices throughout the pandemic. Too many have been forced to make the decision to go to work sick to put food on the table, and workers have become sick and died as a result. This year, we recognize the human cost that COVID-19 has had on workers in Saskatchewan, in Canada, and around the world. And we mourn the lives of all workers who were taken from us too soon as a result of workplace injury or illness. Today, we mourn for the dead, and we fight like hell for the living. Thank you very much. Please stay safe.